Alright, Boxmaster Vigilis. Thin, pale woman stands out among the rest of the crew. There's a thick bundle of cables coming out of the back of her skull, disappearing under her ceremonial garment. You see the grate of a quietly humming vox where her mouth should be. The woman sees you and bows her head in a respectful greeting. How may I serve you, Lord Captain? Well, remind me who you are. Boxmaster Octavus Vigilis Suri Otter of the Ptolemon dynasty, the current Boxmaster serving aboard your vessel. In accordance with the Seneschal's orders, I assumed this duty immediately upon the demise of the esteemed Boxmaster Septimus, who was my grandfather. Now, seems to run in the dynasty. What are the Boxmaster's duties? I'm the ears and the voice of the Void Ship. I surprise several dozens of officers and 3 times that number of support personnel, who receive, send, encrypt, and decode all incoming and outgoing messages through the ship's internal and external channels, and we also ensure clean communications and the optimal efficiency of the crew's voxcasters. You don't have to exhaust all the conversations at once. True. I kinda like to stick them together though. Especially cause otherwise I think I might forget them. If you ever want to know what worries and concerns our crew and concerns your crew are harboring, what your subjects are whispering about in local networks after their watches, what their leaders are glamoring about our shortwave vox transmissions, just come and see me. I will satisfy your curiosity. Have the vox spirits brought you anything interesting lately? Forgive me, Lord Captain. I have no information that would be of interest of you at this moment. Why do you look so strange? Why you look so strange? Also, I hope your game doesn't glitch like mine. I got so many achievements I shouldn't be getting. Oh. So far, I think I just got 1. Not really looking too much at the achievements, cause my lemonade bottle is right in front of the area. My appearance comes from my heritage, generation after generation of people who spent their entire lives in the depths of the Void Ship. Oh, a Voidborn! Neither we nor our ancestors have ever left our home, but the same can be said about many denizens of the Imperium Million Worlds. We're used to the silence of the cosmos and the voices of the ship. There are thousands of us, who dwell far from the Lord Captain's upper decks and remain unseen. We are the Voidborn. Where does the word Voidborn come from? Because we are the children born in the void between the stars, be it the womb of a traveling vessel, an orbital satellite, or forgotten asteroid station. No gravity, voyages through the warp, the countless dangers of space travel. Everything other hate and dread is second nature to us. Oh, you're playing a Voidborn, Alistair? True, you wrote that. Wrote that in another stream. Nice. They also sound pretty cool. Tell me about the lives of the Voidborn and my crew. To us, the groans, creaks and murmurs of the ship sound the way babbling brooks and singing birds do in world reveler, due to world dwellers. Sorry I'm messing up so often today. I don't know. Stumbling over words. We hear the ship breathe, know what it is feeling and thinking. We are part of the ship just like it's a part of us. We perform numerous functions and there are many officers among our number. Some maintain order and prevent mutiny, others serve as shepherds and support the crew, and some devote themselves to mending the body and spirit of the vessel. I would guess probably they are quite loyal, because they don't want the ship to fall to chaos. Most of the Voidborn are members of large Void Ship dynasties that bear responsibility for a certain aspect of the ship's life. For 300 years, the main branch of the Ptolemon dynasty have produced the ship's Vox Masters, and most of our subordinates come from the cadet houses of the dynasty. Nice. How do you find life on this ship? Life has been quite generous to me, Lord Captain. I am the Vox Master, and only the best in the dynasty become one. By virtues of my skill and position, no one has ever denied me anything. Our family claims a spacious section for its demesne. I also enjoy long walks through the narrow and dimly lit corridors of the ship, listening to the sounds of activity, failing, falling asleep, waking up to the chanting of hymns, and admiring the stars beyond, of course. Sounds like it kinda has an own certain beauty. How do the others on the ship treat you? We look, speak, and move differently from the inhabitants of the planetary worlds. Our way of life, traditions, and quirks frighten these people, just like the darkness of the cosmos. Many believe us to be the bringers of ill fortune, and alas, it is the Voidborn who get blamed for the terrible warp phenomena during longer voyages. Vigidus hesitates before continuing. Several years ago, an unfortunate warp jump caused all the food on the board to spoil. 15 days later, a hungry and furious crew nearly massacred everyone on the lower decks, blaming us for the misfortune and hoping to restock the larders with our flesh. Ugh. Oh gosh. I would have been killed during the mutiny had Idira Telas not shown up in the right place at the right time. She came to my rescue, and the scoundrel's fear of her was even greater than the fear of the Voidborn. Aww. Looks like you are close friends with Idira. Tiny wrinkles appear on the corner of Vigid's eyes. They only hint, with the Voxmaster smiling. The Voidborns seldom make friends, especially among the captain's entourage. But you see, many consider Idira to be different. I am different too. We've spent plenty times in each other's company, discussing regicide over a glass of Amasek. Aww. Human tabletop game played across the Imperium of Man, similar to the ancient Terran game of chess. Ah. Nice. Except Idira changed after one incident, and we started to drift apart. The death of Lord Captain Theodora made her withdraw even more. I do not know if Idira considers me a friend now, but we used to be very, very close. It is good I can still look after her in my own way. Oh, I wonder what happened. I don't like that you can't mention that you're Voidborn to her. Oh, that's sad. Would have been cool. Perception succeeded. Interpreting the Voxmaster's emotion based on half a face and a Vox-modulated voice is no easy task, but you managed to catch the undercurrent in the Vigidus' words. The Voxmaster is not merely saddened by her rift with Idira, she's devastated by it. Oh. Have you ever left the ship? Oh, I did once, and it was dreadful. It felt like the massive blue dome overhead could shatter at any moment and fall, and my bones would be crushed by the gravity. He just twitches her shoulders, trying to ward off the flood of memories. The ship is my home, Lord Captain, and I would not trade it even for the bounty of 100 worlds. I see. Let us return to business. As you wish, Lord Captain. And do a Fathership 40. Check. Nice. Chance 100%. You know, connect me to the vessel's main channel. I wish to bolster the morale of my crew. Voxmaster nods obediently, presses several switches on the device she's holding. It is done, Lord Captain. Address the crew with a rousing speech, and hear your voice roll through the ship, reaching even the normally quiet corners of the vessel. When the broadcast ends, you hear distant shouts of approval. Nice. Whatever that changed, we did it. That will be all for now. I live to serve, Lord Captain. Hey! Cool character. That one sounds quite interesting. Wonder what happened with Idira. I wonder if we can ask her. I lost my orientation, as I always do. Where was she? Is she here? I think so. Nope. Other way. Idira. Nope. Quick answer. Yeah. Factotum. The chunky guy. A corpulent man in lavish clothes bows before you, not without difficulty. A silver skull wears over his shoulder, with the fingers of his augmented hand drawn against the sheaf of papers he's holding. He regards you with attentive interest, through the lens of his magnifying implant. Greetings, your lordship. Generous than rock, at your service. Remind me, what is it you do on my ship? As the High Factotum, my duties encompass anything that might enrich you and your protectorate. I see to it that suppliers deliver all shipments on time, that all partners do not weasel out of their promises, and that all servants remember that the Emperor's grace can only be earned through toil for the good of the Von Valancius dynasty. I also make arrangements to ensure that our hold receives less than thorough inspections by port custom officers, and I find buyers for whatever you wish to sell. So, shady merchant. How do you come to serve the Von Valancius dynasty? I come from Dargonus, your lordship. I've been a subject of your dynasty since birth, and have always strived to be of use to the great rogue trader. Alas, it was not my fate to be the primary heir of my own family, due to me being the 15th in line for the title, so I decided not to stand in the way of those behind me in case they attempted to shorten the waiting list at my expense. Oh boy. Xenos lets out an almost kindly chuckle. While my brothers and sisters schemed against one another, I studied the exact sciences and mastered bookkeeping, the greatest art of the Adeptus Administratum. I must admit that accumulation of wealth, something one can control, is far more exciting than hunting, carousing, and the other traditional amusements of my noble peers. You really seem to live for your job. What was it like to work with Theodora? Oh, now that's a tricky question, your lordship. Do you ask it of everyone, knowing they risk losing their hatch should they let slip a careless remark about your predecessor? I shall put it thus. Working with Lady Theodora was never boring, and always profitable. The Imperium has billions of subjects, but every few do what they love and what they are best suited to. I would say Lady Theodora was one of the fortunate ones. She was a model rogue trader, and she surrounded herself with those who excelled at and loved their work. Hers was a rare talent indeed. Hey, should I do something to you because you talk bad about my predecessor? Anyway, maybe because of the dynasty? I wish to know what you think of your fellow crew members. Oh, interesting. Couldn't ask that anyone before. Keeping tabs on the subordinates. A wise move. Tell me, who interests you, and I'll endeavor to be as honest as possible. General's eyes light up. He's obviously eager to speak his mind. Gossip boy. Tell me what you think of Seneschal Abelard Wazarian. Lady Theodora managed to do what even the Imperial Navy could not. Teach Master Wazarian to carry out orders that he fundamentally disagrees with. I do not know what method she used, but the result is impressive. Having said that, there's something else you need to know, Lord Captain. Your Seneschal is capable of being something far greater than a mere conduit for your will. He possessed the cunning and experience to run the Protectorate passably whenever Lady Theodora was away, and that really is saying something. Keep an eye on that old soldier, I say, or alternatively, turn him into a faithful ally. I'd like to hear your opinion of Conrad Vogtveer, the former Master of Whispers. I hope I never have to see him set a foot aboard this vessel again, not even as a servitor. Although, he would be able to do at least some good that way. Someone has to clean the latrines after all. Oh boy. The factotum's bloated face grows stern. He gave us quite a fright on that ill-fated day, Lord Captain. And still, to speak candidly, I never enjoyed Master Vogtveer's company, but I believed him to be a man who knew how to do this job. Regretfully, I was mistaken. It turned out Conrad lacked the most important quality for Master of Whispers, unwavering loyalty to the rogue trader, and his failing came to light in the most deplorable manner. What do you have to say about Voxmaster Vigidus Tolumen? Interesting combination of people we can ask. Ah yes, the Voidborn. You know, in my family we use such creatures... Oh gosh. We use such creatures as quarry whenever we went hunting. Mutants are the bane of humanity, and unseen terror that threatens to end us all. But I digress. In the brief time Tolumen has spent in her post as Voxmaster, I've not noticed any significant flaws in her character or anything that will make me question her professional qualities. Needless to say, she's very diligent, as in any Voidborn seeking to earn their master's affection. I believe you can trust her in her skills and loyalty. Which I guess is a huge compliment by him. I wish to discuss something else. As you say, your lordship. I want to know more about the people who buy our plunder. Again, I would have wished to have said I'm Voidborn to him. Yeah, that's sad. Of course, Lord Captain. Who interests you exactly? We most often deal with the followers of St. Bruce's, the Explorators, the Casbelica Mission, or, Emperor forgive us, the Fellowship of the Void. What do the followers of the St. Bruce's acquire from us? The Drusians still hope to bring the Koronus Expanse into the warm embrace of the faith, just as their flock hopes to receive the aid of the Drusian missionaries. Each crate of food, shipment of clothes, or box of medicine marked with your seal is a sign of the trade is a sign the rock trader himself believes in the sect's future success. Revered Hieronymus is the first among the Drusians, and is most often seen at Footfall's Grand Atrium. Oh, so we probably will meet him. A gloomy fellow, but some almost believe him to be a saint. Tell me about the Explorators. Members of the Explorator Cognizance fleet, which have been roaming the Koronus Expanse for a good while now. Only Scion knows what they are hoping to find, but their acolytes regularly show up on inhabited worlds, seeking bits of sacred knowledge, tracking down mechanical relics, and sniffing out Xeno artifacts, if truth be told. Supposedly, they want to save ignorant rebels from corruption. A tech priest named Opticon 22 does business with us on the fleet's behalf. He can be found in the docks on Footfall. It seems like Footfall is like the, well, trading center, which makes sense. What is this Fellowship of the Void? Generous emits a laugh like gurgle. A pompous name, is it not? In truth, they are a gang of pirates who are forever squabbling over loot and territory. However, some of their little flotillas need supplies, or can take awkward cargo off your hands without asking questions. Of course, there's always a risk that these scoundrels will change their mind and attempt to board us instead, but so far our microcannons have managed to keep them in line. They say Ryza Calvera speaks on the Fellowship's behalf. The Adeptus Mechanicus on Footfall is rumored to be her favorite haunt. I'm interested in the Casbelica mission. Master of the cold trade, immoral criminals and notorious crooks to the last man. The mission is but one branch of the mafia gang that has taken root in the Calixus sector. You can do business with them as long as you take the necessary precautions. They are led by Vladiam Chokara, who recently appointed himself Leech of Footfall. Ah, yeah. Heard about that they are ruled by criminals. Of course, he is a trusted ally of Rogue Trader Winterscale, but he will not refuse you another of the Emperor's Anointed. If you wish to talk to Vladiam, look for him at the Leech's Palace on Footfall. Really need to go there. So, why are we giving away our spoils to the people in the first place? To profit from them, of course. Most of the things you will find during expeditions are complete junk to one as yourself, but the less fortunate and affluent servants of the Emperor think them treasures, especially when they are bestowed by the great rogue trader himself. Drusian fanatics and pirate cutthroats, Casbelica dealers and explorators. None will refuse our help in these dark and trying times, and there may come a time when we shall be the ones requiring aid, and it will be beneficial to have allies willing to provide it. There was a retinue of skilled fighters, so I think we could recruit allies, but we don't want to do that. We can reclass. Getting allies and getting reclassing. Enough questions for now. I shall return later. I shall await your instructions, Lord Captain. Okay, and since we're at it, let's go for the last one, and then we can leave. And finally explore the system. The tall man before you appears to be woven from tendons and muscle. Blue veins snake under his white, almost dove-like colored skin, and his scalp and chin are covered in cropped white hair. His neck and shoulders are wrapped in wires that hint at the presence of neural connectors under his uniform. The officer's face seems to be twisted in a perpetual grimace of annoyance and anger. He greets you with a respectful nod. Well, Captain, Master Helmsman Rever, at your service. Remind me, who are you? That's just basically the repeat of the audience. Do you control the ship in rear space? I wish that was my only job. I have to steer here through the warp too, but most of the credit for that goes to the Navigator. The warp's a nightmare, almost tossing up something new. All my years at the helm, they count for nothing in here. My part's small enough. I just monitor our systems, follow the charted route, and I don't kick up a fuss when new orders come from the Navigator sanctum. Rear space. Now that's where I keep my eyes peeled. Gravitational anomalies and void currents, hard radiation, that kind of shit shows up everywhere. I think the Emperor, the augurs on this vessel are holding up, and so far we've been able to spot if something bad's coming our way. So, who are these idiots you're in charge of? There are way too many to list them all. Tech priests from the Engineerium, voidsmen from the augur decks, the work-shy fools on the bridge. I'd hate have every last of them flocked. They all need a wake-up call. They need to be whipped into shape, or else this ship is going nowhere. No, even worse, it'll go somewhere we don't want it to. What a cheery guy. That's enough for now. Right you are, Lord Captain. You are Voidborn, are you not? That I am. Born into helmsman, clan in the bowels of a charter's vessel. Studied the family trade until I was 15, then my entire clan was butchered in a mutiny by lower hold scum. I spared the young uns, of course they did. Kids with implanted connectors make great navigational servitors. But I was not having none of it. They weren't going to make me a servitor. So I escaped into the crew in the crawlways. Then I spent months picking them off, one after another. Never stops abruptly. You've got talking up a storm. Anyway, yes, I'm Voidborn. Well, I can see you're not a gregarious sort. His eyes twitches. Makes the grimace on his face even uglier. Have I done something to displease the Lord Captain? Yeah. I'm merely sharing an observation. Trevor gives you a careful look and scoffs. Right you are. It's not hard to see that I'm in foul mood. I'm not the only one to blame for it, you know. You seem like you're grumpy all the time. Trevor points at the cables around him. Connecting wires. Once they go into the control panel, I become one with the ship. Excepting the bloody cocks messed up the wire stimulus injectors and connectors when they implanted them. They twisted the wires in the wrong way or burned something in my noggin. Anyway, I can't sleep. It just doesn't happen anymore. It's been 30 years of non-stop stimulants and a splitting headache. So you forgive me if I'm not all smiles or careful. Gosh, 30 years without sleeping. Yikes. Tell me about the Voidborn. Trevor winces and rubs his temple. Captain, I mean no disrespect, but you better do find someone with a knack for conversation, like Ptolemy, the new Voxmaster, and the talking type. Just get the ship where she needs to be. Best let folks stick to what they do best. What can you tell me about the other officers? Speaking about talking. Good for nothing wasters, that's what they are. Each and every one. Take Generous Denrock, that highborn weasel. Fawns over the officers. Some of the deals he makes would get him burned alive. Tricks other people into his schemes so they can take the fall for him too. But my junior helmsman was ferrying goods from Footfall for him, got caught by the Seneschal and ended up in the Void Hatch. General couldn't care less. No wonder he's always grumpy. I would be too, even after like a few days of no sleep. Voxmaster, another Ptolemy like the last one, Void rest him, is no better. She cut off half the Vox channel the day she took up her post. That the Vox systems were damaged and the Engineerium had no contact with the other modules. How am I supposed to steer the ship? Collect the Cork's reports with the power of my mind? Oh gosh, what did I start? Alright, old guy. First Officer was Arian. I can't stand him. Like every Navy officer I've met, he doesn't know a thing about controlling a vessel in the void. But he puffs himself up all the same, throws his weight around. Me and him had to have words a few times before he left me alone. I think the Emperor Lady Theodora trusted me more than the Seneschal when it came to helming a void ship. And that woman, what's her name? Celeste. Lady Theodora brought her along whenever she wants. And look what happened to her. I would be surprised if it turns out that that witch that delivered her to an early grave, just like countless souls before. I don't see why anyone would want to walk in calamity on their ship. Some would disagree. They say she's friend with young Tolman, you know. Or at least used to be. You know, tell me, do you like anyone at all? Who looks perplexed? What kind of question is that? I like you, and Lady Theodora before you. Where would I be if I was making cracks about the rogue trader? Ha, you don't want to die just yet. I don't think that's liking, my friend. I must take my leave. The Captain. Rev acknowledges you with a nod and turns away. Right. I would say we got to know everyone on our ship. So, off to the Koronus Expanse.